intro. I love that thing. What's going on, guys? PGA Pub Hub. We're back at it, guys. It's a Monday. Get it to you bright and early. You know, there's not many people out there giving you AT&T Byron Nelson picks on a 1:30 on a Monday, but Pub Sports Radio is what's going on, guys. Conor Mac, how you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother. Let's get to this Byron Nelson, which I don't think will be an easy week going through all the notes. You know, lots of different past winners, not a lot of guys I could go on that I like to roll through my looks. But I think we'll do okay. I got to say, Max Homa was just left off. I even have in the back of my notes here from last week, so it hurt. And a guy that gets it done and a guy in Bradley that doesn't, that chokes in the end. So it hurt, but I had a better week this week. So at least I had Griffin. I had 11-1 top 10. I had Taylor, your Canadian counterpart, 9-1, so top 20. So that ended up good. It was a profitable weekend in golf for me. But yeah, I'm ready to get to this weekend.
Yeah, I'm going to go over my stuff too really quickly. Damon, he was looking good for my first round leader until he didn't, or until he wasn't.
Yeah.
Second place with Damon, and then we had Keegan Bradley, and second place with Keegan Bradley. So 2 second places kind of hurt. I had to get that one out. But you know what, guys? We're seeing the cards really good. We're right there. Could very well have one this week in the AT&T Byron Nelson. Going to TPC Craig Ranch. They're down in Texas, where we were. They're up in North Texas, though. This is going to be up near McKinney, Texas, I believe.
That's north of Dallas, right?
Yeah, it's a little north of Dallas. Not too far away from where the PGA Championship is going to be next week in Tulsa. So this is a nice little course to play before the PGA Championship. And we got a nice field, guys. 7 of the top 15 World Golf rankings are going to be here. That being Justin Thomas, Koepka, DJ, Matsuyama, Xander, Scott, Neiman, and Burns. So we got a pretty stacked field here. There's a real gap between like the 28-1s to the 45-1s. So the bigger names are definitely going to be a juice this week. It was tough for me. Not tough, but didn't like the numbers I got on some of the golfers. Zalatoris, Spieth, Palmer, Hoagie, Hickok, Scheffler, Higgs. Those are some of going to be the natives of Texas playing at this local course. So some guys that have definitely played this course. Guys like Zalatoris, Spieth, Scheffler, especially Zalatoris. I know he's played, I guess, over 100 rounds here. This course was played a lot on the Corn Ferry Tour last year. So a lot of these Corn Ferry guys definitely played this course a lot. It's a par 72, 7,468 yards I have. So one of the longer courses, and it's only the second time the PGA has had this course there, Connor. Last year is going to be the only stats we can go off. So if you're seeing guys like Aaron Wise, who won this, I think it was 2019 or 2018, his first win, that was not on this course. It's a completely different golf course. So that's one thing you want to keep in mind. It's somewhat tree line, but open I have here. So there's some courses that are going to be a little tree line. There's a creek running through most of the course. So you'll have to avoid a bit of water. But for the most part, it's wide open off the tee. The tees, if you can bomb it off the tee, you're going to be able to take advantage of this golf course. Shorter shots in, I think. It looks really wide open there, Connor. Just got to avoid some of that creek running through. I think it's like 14 of the 18 holes, something like that. Yeah, a lot of that creek. But for the most part, it's wide open. The weather, too, guys, is going to be like 30 degrees. For you guys, I think that's like 90 Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be not too bad. I have them at 20 kilometers, 24, which is 15 miles per hour, 12 miles an hour, Thursday, Friday. And then they're going to die down a bit on the weekend. So weather shouldn't be too much of a factor. Those Texas guys should probably take advantage of the Thursday, Friday when there's a little bit more wind. But it's wide open, Connor. The rough shouldn't be much of a problem either. It's going to come down to the second shot, have that second shot game, which is a lot of these golf courses. And it's on bent grass, guys. It's surprisingly not on Bermuda. I have here bent grass at the Byron Nelson. So it's also Zoysia fairways, which are a little different. I wasn't able to find many golf courses that had the Zoysia fairways, but that's what they're going to be playing on. Design was Tom Weiskopf. Not too familiar with him. But
Weiskopf.
Who's that?
Weiskopf,
yes. Thank you, Connor.
Great player. Should have won more majors. Yeah. Oh. There was a guy named, Jack Nicklaus. So. Tom Watson. Yeah.
Kind of heard of him.
You might have heard him.
KH Lee won this event, guys, last year. Minus 25. So this is a birdie fest golf course. Burns was runner-up. But yeah, right away, guys, some stats you're going to want to look at, in my opinion, here are going to be like birdies are better. What else do I have here? Birdies are better. Par 4 scoring. Birdie to bogey ratio, and then tee to green. So if you can take advantage of these birdies here, it's probably going to be, with this field, Connor, I'm going to say like a minus 28, 27 probably maybe with the wind can be the only defense. If it does get windy, it's going to play tougher, but it's probably going to be, minus 25 at least. KH Lee shot minus 25 last year, guys. So this is a much tougher field. Looking at some stats from last year there, Connor, some putting. Stallings was number 1 in putting. He was T3. Higgs, again, local. Kazire, Leishman, Schneck, Snedeker, KH Lee, who won. Sabatini, Noren, Straka, Kuchar, Power, Leviota, Mitchell, Cook, Munoz, Gooch are some top putters at this golf course. And then greens and regulation, this is going to be huge. 93% last year. Will Zalatoris just couldn't get the putter going. Doc Redman, haven't heard much of this guy. 87% last year. Vegas, 86. Burns, 83. Schwartzel, Leviota. Some similar names. KH Lee, Kazire, Kuchar, Bramlett, Stallings again, Leishman, Scheffler, Spieth, Matsuyama, Howell, Mitchell, and Straka. So those are some names that probably going to be the top of the leaderboard again. And then tee to green, guys. You have to just take advantage of the tee to green. Get yourself on the putting surface for birdie here. You have to take advantage of the birdies. That's the biggest thing here, Connor. Looking at the par 4s, bouncing back here a little bit. Number 12 or number 13 and number 16 are the only ones really playing over par. So every other par 4 here is pretty much playing under par. It's very easy golf course. Par 5s are very easy as well. Par 3s are playing slightly over par, but they're not that long. 188, 184, 216, and then 130 on number 17. Really short one. I'd be hitting probably like a pitching wedge into there, brother. Yeah, you got anything there before I dive into some more stats? Or
no, you talked about it. Pretty good field here. And it's tough. Like anything a birdie fest, like you talked about Zalatoris, you touched on. Guy just can't putt. Now you have him or anywhere from, even down to 14-1. Looking over here at DraftKings, or near there. So that's just a guy I can't take who hasn't won yet and that low a price, just from a value standpoint. I think you wait on him. But some other guys, the guys to look for, some old guys, I'll talk about it later. Ryan Palmer, North Texas guy. Remember Texas. This is where I want him, 80-1. He won't win, but I'll take him top 20, top 10. Could be sneaky this week. The putter is always his problem, as we allude to all the time.
Yeah, just like Will Zalatoris. Yeah, the number is really low, but man, I think if there's a golf course he's played a shit ton, this is the one. But we'll talk more about that as we're going on here. Some stats going into some course comparisons, guys. Course comparisons that are going to be, for the most part, open. These courses are a little bit shorter, but they're on bent grass. That's the big thing. TPC Summerlin, that's the Shriners. That's going to be a good course comparison, I believe. 3M Open, TPC Twin Cities. Also Barracuda Championship at the Tahoe Mountain Club in California. Those are some courses I think you guys are going to want to look at for good comparisons. And some names that come up several times here is Adam Hadwin. He putts really well on these bent grass style of greens, Canadian golfer. Another one was Putnam, actually. Putnam did putt well at the TPC Summerlin. Leishman as well. Wolf, Matthew Wolf, surprisingly, he always seems to make a comeback when he's on these bent grass. He was actually kind of in the mix last week, I believe. He definitely, if you want to take, I'm not saying he's going to win, but Matthew Wolf value is definitely when he plays on bent grass style golf courses. And he did play quite well at the TPC Shriners, getting second place last year. Other guys, Heath Mitchell had a bit of a disappointing performance last week, didn't make the cut. He did really well at the 3M Open. Hadwin again, Mito Pereira, that's another guy, could be sneaky. Stalling, Stewart, Vegas, and Garnett. And then some longer shots at the Barracuda guys. Van Rooyen won that. Putnam, Piercy, Schneck. Am I pronouncing that wrong there, Connor? S-C-H-N-E-K. Do you know that guy?
Yeah, that's it.
Adam Schneck. Am I pronouncing that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it sounds to me.
I'm guys,
I'm not the best either.
Great with my numbers.
I did know Weiskopf, but
the English language can be a little funky sometimes as we pronounce it up here in Canada. But yeah, Hagee, Rogers, Cook, Stallings, again, McNeely, and Bramlett also did well at the Barracuda Championship. Good course comparison. I'm going to get right into this now, guys. I'm going to go into some golfers that check some boxes for me. The key stats I'm looking at here, Connor, are going to be birdie or better on par 4 scoring. There's only 2 par 4s that are playing over par. Every other, 13, 12, 11, 12 par 4s are all playing under par. So you definitely want to be strong in the birdie or better range here. Par 3 scoring, I think that's going to be important because they're slightly playing over par. So if you're strong in the par 3s, that should be a difference maker. Birdie to bogey ratio. Are you making more birdies to be your bogey ratio? So how kind of sporadic are you? And then the other one's tee to green. So let's get into it here. Vegas, guys. Vegas, he was T9 at this golf course last year. His first event, too, was last week. It took about a month off. I don't know if he had an injury, Connor, but he actually played quite well. Vegas here. I'll bring him up really quickly, but he's a golfer that plays really well up here. I was talking about it last week. He won the Canadian Open not too long, or I think it was back in 2017. He's just a golfer that can take advantage of his distance off the tee. His approach is strong. He was a T15 in his first event back from the Valero, where he was T18. This guy's, he's knocking on the door, and he putts very well on bent grass. I have here for Vegas 4 of 5 last year on bent grass. The only course he lost strokes putting was the Northern Trust. So Vegas definitely is going to be taking advantage of you got to have guys that are comfortable putting. So Vegas, I think, checks the box for that. Mito Pereira. Yeah. And also with Vegas, guys, he's 37th in par 4 scoring, 46th in birdie to bogey ratio, and 35th in tee to green. So I like those numbers from Jonathan Vegas. Maybe it's the Venezuelan week, Connor. Sonny Leon, he was Venezuelan. Jonathan Vegas, Venezuelan. Shout out to Jose. So we're going to throw Vegas on the card this week. He's going to be on the card here. I'm going to kind of go a little bit different how I do my 6-pack. But yeah, Vegas is number 4 on our card. He's 55-1, guys. Shop around 60-1 first-round leader and top 20 plus 240. I just think Vegas got a great shot here. And T15 last week, 4 of 5 last year on these style putting services. Let's go Vegas. Next one here, we're going to go a longer shot here. Mito Pereira, he's 90-1, Connor. He's 86 in par 4 scoring, birdie or better, that is. He's 26th, though, in birdie to bogey ratio, and he's 24th in tee to green. So those numbers are really strong for this guy. He should take advantage of this golf course. It's wide open. Distance, Mito does have. Approach, he's been really solid as well. It's just he's 1 for 2 on these putting surfaces. He hasn't had much experience on bent grass, losing strokes at the John Deere, excuse me. But then he gained a lot of strokes at the 3M. He was T6. So he's kind of a hit or miss, but at 90-1, he's going to make the card. First round leader as well there, Connor. He's 80-1. And then top 40, going a little bit of a longer shot. I know you would, maybe I'm wrong for doing this, but I know you like sometimes going with like something like that, like a top 10, where you can get that bigger number, like that plus 500-600. I'm taking the safe way, as our guy Peter Loshak would say, in the top 40 at plus 137. So I really think Mito should do well here. It's a strong field, but he's done well in strong fields before.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could even go top 20. I would go. I know you want to go safe, but take him top 20. I think
that's why I had to say that. Yeah, because I almost feel like maybe I should be taking a top 20 on Mito, but we'll take the top 40, even a first round leader. I think he's going to do well. Matchup bets are always to come, guys. I'll tweet those out Wednesday because they don't have them out right now. They literally just dropped these lines, so you're going to want to jump on them now because they're probably going to be moving. Another guy that does really well here, 55-1, Connor. I was talking about Adam Hadwin, the Canadian. He's probably going to win sooner than later. Maybe not a field this strong, but I'm going to take a shot with him. 55-1. He's 40th in par 4 scoring, birdie or better. 15th in birdie to bogey ratio, and then 29th tee to green. Adam Hadwin this year. He's been lights out. Looking at what he does on these putting surfaces, he's 5 for 8 on bent grass. It just tells me he putts a lot. He's more comfortable. He plays a lot of the golf courses that have these bent grass surfaces. And the Zozo, CJ Cup, Northern Trust were the ones he lost strokes. But 5 of 8, that's pretty damn good. And he barely lost strokes at the Zozo and the CJ Cup. So he's a guy that's just knocking on the door, Adam Hadwin. I'm going to pull him up really quickly here. Another Canadian. This is probably the Canadian I think that's got a great shot. His distance, he's not as strong off the tee, Connor, but his approach, he's been gaining crazy amount of strokes on his approach. Players, T9 guys, Valspar, T7, Valero, T4, RBC, T16. Man, I'm telling you, this guy's came a long way. His game is in the right place. Like, it's probably the best Adam Hadwin's ever played in his career. Like, I think he's going to do really well this week. Is he going to win? I'm going to take a shot with it, 55-1. He's also top 20 at plus 260. I like that one as well. Probably going to have a matchup bet with Adam Hadwin. should do really well at this course. Bent grass, that's his style of putting surfaces too. So first round leader, he's also 60-1. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, I like it. I don't know if I use him this week. He's been playing better golf and looking like the Adam Hadwin of old, after dealing with some stuff the last few years. But I like it. He's cashed for me a couple times early, and I don't mind the pick at all. Man, this should be good. I got lots of digging to do.
Lots of digging. Yeah, keep it, because you know what? Like, I'm not saying these top names aren't going to win, but it's kind of like their prep before the big one. The big one's the PGA next week. So a guy like Adam Hadwin, he's not. I don't know if he's in the field for the PGA Championship, but he's going to go all after this. And at the Shriners, too, guys, back in October 10th, he was T6, perfect course comparison. That's the TPC Summerlin. So Adam Hadwin checks a lot of boxes. He's going to be on our card there, number 5th on our 6-pack at 55-1, 60-1 first round leader, plus 260 top 20. What do we got next here? Scott Stallings there, Connor. He's a bit of a long shot. I got him at T40 plus 175. He just seems to do really well here. T3, he's 140 to 1 to win. I'm not going to take him to win, but I'm going to take a shot with Scott Stallings, top 40. Just seems to play really well here. 2 for 6 though on the putting surfaces last year, so that's a little bit of a hesitation, but he seems to do well at this course. So that's a little top 40 for you guys. Scott Stallings, going to leave Seamus Power out. I wrote him down, but his par 3 scoring and his tee to green could be. I thought it was better than what it was. So I'm going to leave Seamus Power out here. What's going on, Real Deal? We be pubbing. We need Connor to do that. He does the best we be pubbing, I think, on Pub Sports. We'll leave that to the end. Real
quick. So the number on Power is good. Are you going to take Sam Burns? That's even, he's 25-1 or wherever you're at.
He's coming up.
Okay.
He's coming up. Yeah. Sam Burns, he's coming up here soon. But Power, his number's good compared to last week. It was like 40-1, 35 even. You're getting a better number. But I think this field's, I didn't like what I saw from him last week. And you are getting a much easier golf course. He's 26 birdie or better, but he's going to be off my card. Leishman there, Connor. I'm leaving Leishman off. I hope this one doesn't bite me in the ass. He missed the cut last week. He was on my card, I believe, first round leader. Could do well here. He's on some of our course comparisons. He's second TPC Summerlin in putting. What else do we have from Leash? Maybe not as much as I thought. Oh, yeah, and then last year he was 77% greens in regulation, and he was 4th in putting here. So he could do well here, Leishman. I'm going to leave him off the card. Hopefully it doesn't bite me in the ass here, guys. But, Leishman's not going to make the cut.
The big number with him's been his problem. The big triple, the big couple doubles.
He can birdie though. He can, he's really strong at bouncing back. Like he's 16th in birdie to bogey ratio. He's 69th in par 4 birdie or better. It's keeping that big score. And this is an open course. This isn't a course where you're probably going to see many scores, to be honest. Like, you don't got to worry about the doubles here. You're going to see very, very little doubles unless you're in the creek, unless you're hitting that creek and you're going OB in there. That's really
so. You think this is going to be as low scoring as like the Shriners, where they just eat it up here in Vegas? You think it's going to be that low? Yeah. Okay.
Just looking at it too, like the rough doesn't look that, like, compared to last week, this is going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah, this is.
The weather's 30 degrees too, much warmer. God, Leishman scares me. He's not on my card, guys, but he could do well here. It's wide open. There's a bit of trees, but they're not really. The fairways are so wide open. Bit of elevation, but it should be a birdie fest for sure again this year. But moving on here, Burns. He is going to make my card, Connor. 20-1. He got second last year, and looking at what he's doing this year, he's 12th in par 4 birdie or better. That's money in the bank. He's 10th in par 3 scoring. He's 4th in birdie to bogey ratio, and he's 18th tee to green. This was like. I know you see all these other guys and DJ and Justin Thomas, so on and so forth. But man, I'm telling you, Sam Burns. I know he's been winning. I want guys that can win. Last week I had Keegan Bradley. He couldn't close the door. I know Burns can. The bent grass. He just needs to perform well on bent grass. And listen to this, Connor. He was 5 for 5 gaining strokes last year. 5 for 5 on bent grass. So he's actually strong on bent grass, and he's playing even better. So I have to throw. He's going to be the biggest chalk on my card. He's 20-1 right now. That number could even drop, to be honest. More people look at his numbers. Sam Burns 20-1, 35-1 first round leader, and plus 250 top 10. He's going to be on the top 10. I got one more here, top 10. You brought him up there, Will Zalatoris. Now this is a bit of chalk here, guys. I'm taking him 22-1. So I got a 20-1 and a 22-1. I don't usually do that, but even so, like dividing it all up, where we got next is 45, then 55, and then we got a 92. So we're not, this is our heavy chalk. But Zalatoris, he's from, I was talking about it earlier, from the area. Played Corn Ferry Tour events here. It's just, it all comes down to his putter. And if he does get that putter going, Connor, he could very well win. It's probably been something I've been saying on this show for a long time with Zalatoris, but he checks all the boxes, man. He really does. And when you're playing, the only thing would be, he is 2 for 4 on bent grass last year at the AT&T. He lost some strokes, and at the Charles Schwab. So he just needs to get that damn putter going just a bit. I'm going to bring him up here really quickly because, you want to see.
Yeah, real quick. At the beginning of the year, I said he's going to win, and I still think he wins this year. Maybe this is time. The numbers, horrible. And you got a good one because it is dropping.
22-1. What do you got now?
Yeah, I see 18-1s.
Wow.
I see a 14-1 even DraftKings.
So
and I only have 3 books open right now.
Yeah, he was T5 at the WGC in March, T6 at the Masters, T4 at the Zurich Better Ball. His approach has been unbelievable. Off the tee has been great. It's just the putter, and this putter hasn't been losing like a lot of strokes since the beginning of the year. His worst performance was in January, and he's only been getting better. Now he's going to a course that he should know. If Zalatoris wins for the first time, Connor, I want to have him on my card, and he is going to be on it, guys. 22-1. Shop around there. First round leader. He's the same as Burns, 35-1, and top 10 along with Sam Burns, plus 275. Will Zalatoris. That's going to be the whole card. Oh no, I got one more here. That's
real quick. Before that, my problem with that is, to me, and some books are like, I'm looking at some of my other ones that just opened 2 more. They don't even have them out yet, like you talked about.
What is he?
He's 20.
20-1.
Yeah. That's where he's bouncing around everywhere. But I'd rather have some guys like Johnson, DJ, Spieth, Burns, that are just a better price. Yeah.
DJ's the guy that scares me with his distance off the tee. It's a wide open course. He can just grip it and rip this thing. And he likes bent grass too. He gets it's just his approach. His approach has looked a little not DJ-esque. He's had to rely on his putter a lot, not leaving himself 10-footers. So I don't know if this could be a good prep spot for DJ. I don't know if he's going to win it, but Zalatoris, he's gonna be on the card, guys. I almost went on there without giving out the last one on the 6-pack. I'm kind of going out of order. I'll go over the 5 that I've given out so far. So far, well, I can talk. Sam Burns 20-1, Will Zalatoris 22, Vegas 55, Hadwin 55, Mito Pereira 90, and the last one here is going to be a 45-1, a little bit lower. But this guy Taylor Gooch, Connor. The Gooch man, 45.
Gooch.
Is there Gucci?
Gooch.
Yeah, Burn and Gooch. Yeah, we got Burns and Gooch, baby. Gooch there, he's T39 last year at this event, 63rd in birdie to better par 4s, 7th on par 3s. This guy's one of the best par 3s scoring-wise on the tour. And these par 3s are all playing almost over par. So if this guy can take advantage of that along with the par 4 birdie to better, he's 25th tee to green. He's 10th birdie to bogey ratio. Fuck Gooch. I have to have Gooch and Burns probably check the most amount of boxes when it comes to stats. Those two guys. And at 45-1, I think I'm getting a good number here on Gooch. I don't know if people are going to overlook him this week, but he checks a lot of boxes. Looking at what he does on bent grass as well. He's 6 for 7 last year, Connor. He gained strokes on 6 out of 7 bent grass style courses. Only one he didn't was the BMW Championship. Probably one of the toughest fields, toughest golf. I mean, I don't know the toughest golf course, but a tough course nonetheless. Yeah. Yes, but 6 out of 7. This guy loves the bent grass. He's definitely going to make the card. You almost forgot about the Gooch man. Taylor Gooch, 45-1 outright, 60-1 first round leader. That 60-1 could very well come through. And then top 20, he's plus 230. That's going to – I got a couple more here. Patton Kizzire, he's also going to be a first round leader.
I like it.
Yeah, I like Patton Kizzire here. He has done well in the past. Third in putting here. What else do I have from Patton Kizzire? He's course comparison. I believe he was on his greens and regulation quite strong from Patton Kizzire. He was T3 at this course, T11 at the John Deere the year before, which is a good course comparison. And Hank Lebioda, top 40, plus 225. He's another guy that could kind of be sneaky, playing better golf. And also Kazaire's a top 40 plus one, top 20 plus 140, Connor. A little DFS there. Some guys you guys can think about. Gooch, Zalatoris. I would go Hadwin and Burns. Those would be 4 guys I think have a good shot at making you guys some money in DFS. And check me out on Eagle 47, guys. I'll have some matchup bets. I'll have a make the cut parlay. I'm going to have 4 golfers in that. Should be a nice plus 250 make the cut parlay. And I'll tweet out all the action later tonight so you guys can recap the picks. And be sure to check us out every Monday here, myself and Connor, guys, at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to give you guys the first pretty much looks to the golf course, what you're going to want to look at. Like I said, birdie or better, guys. It's going to be a birdie fest. Golfers that are going to be to take advantage of on bent grass style of greens. Like I said, Shriners, BMW Championship, Northern Trust, the Memorial, things like that. Those are some of the bigger fields. You're going to see how they do on them. So that's all I got there, guys. I'll tweet on my action. As I said, I'm going to throw it to Connor. He's going to close it out for us. And I'll be back next week, Monday. Until then, guys, I'll have NHL action. I'm on Jimmy the Bag Show Wednesday and Thursday. So check me out there. And until then, guys, be good, cash some tickets, and get that cash. Take care, Connor.
Get it. Gogster, my guy. Check him out on Twitter. Ego, like he said up there. Let's get to it. I mean, Gogster always nails it on his shit. But let's get right to the rest. I want to talk about these next guys right after Burns. You know, the Koepka. I can't take Neiman. He just hasn't done enough for me. But Hideki Matsuyama, Seamus Power, even Tommy Fleetwood, all kind of 35, 40-1. I don't know if I want to use any of those guys or maybe one of those guys there real quick. Let's touch on Jason Day, a guy that just fell apart. I mean, on the weekend. I know that there was ugly weather, and, man, he turned ugly. He shot 9 over, I believe, on Saturday, and he was just done. But his game, he looks to be better after his mom has passed away. His back seems healed. He looked better until that Saturday. Talked about Aaron Wise, who won here in 2018, not at this course, but won the Byron Nelson. He had a good week. He took off last week. He's right around 55, 60-1. Some other guys I wanted to touch on. He mentioned Stallings, because that Patton there. Troy Merritt, just some big prices I wanted to mention. Matt Kuchar, maybe a top 20. These guys are going to take. Sebastian Munoz, Ryan Palmer, a guy that's from the area like I talked about. And this guy doesn't go off anything off. I got to look up deeper. Show is Seb Straka. This guy's won the Honda. He came 3rd at RBC Heritage, tied for 9 at the Players, under the radar, under the radar type guy. 80-1 to win. I don't think he wins, but I think he's a value. The guy's just been making cuts and a top 20 bet, top 30 bet with a guy like him. That's about it. Any bombs? What are you looking at early on here on this Monday show for the Byron?
That 20-1 range, the Zalatoris, Koepka, Burns, Spieth, Johnson. All of them guys at that number I really don't want. If DJ was 25-1, I'd probably look at him a little more, but
me too.
I'd rather have a Hideki at 25 than all them guys.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I don't mind the Aaron Wise, even though he's only 40-1 on Bovada right now.
The lines are – and real quick, Show, before you go on, when they come out on a Monday like this, they're feeling each other out. And, yeah, some books – and even you get to wait till Wednesday, they're just so go shop around. If you bet golf, especially on winners, top 10s, 20s, they're all fucking different. from book to book to book, overseas, your local, the local casinos like I have here, William Hill. They might have bad lines other places, but their golf might have solid lines. So shop around. Go ahead, brother.
I think it might be a first round leader week for me instead of the top 10, top 20s. I really feel like Davis Riley as first round leader.
I like him.
I ain't got a number on it yet because it's so early, but
yeah. Hey, I like it. I love some of these deep ones. Brendan Todd, Ches Reavie, my guy. He's a guy that plays well at a place like a Shriners, like Gogster was saying, Stallings. Just some big prices here. Even my guy Luke List, still a huge number.
I'm about to ask you about them. How did he finish last week?
I forget. I had it pulled up. Give me 1 sec. I have it right here. Let me pull it up 1 sec. Man, everyone fell off the map. Yeah. He was doing well. He did make the cut, I believe, but he ate shit. Yeah, +4 on Sunday. He finished tied for 31st. So not very good, but that was ugly. And look at all these scores. Saturday and Sunday. Holy shit balls.
You liking anybody right now, first look past 100 to 1?
No, not really. I don't know if I take anyone over 101 to win, and a guy could. Can a CT Pan or a KH Lee, can he go back to back? I don't think so. Can a guy like Kisner, is a little value, a guy who's been playing a little bit better golf. He seems to play better in those match plays and shit like that, or even team type golf. But he's a sneaky guy. I mean, if you're looking for somebody, my guy Taylor, big price again, playing well from Canada. Maybe not a winner, but a top 20 that you'll get at another good price.
Wolf was up there all weekend too. He's at 125 to 1 right now.
Streaky guy. He is straight when he's on. And then he got hurt, and he can shoot some ugly scores when he's not right, Yeah. And I think he did. No, he shot 3 over, so he finished 1 over, top 25. That's good for him because injuries have, bothered him, and he needs to get back on track. But streaky golfer there. A guy who's not going to be here, who's won before here, that was the talk of the weekend a little bit. Did you see the whole thing with Sergio Garcia?
No.
Talked about, there was a whole, they took too long on a shot, so a penalty. He takes forever. He's a slow golfer, but he said he wanted to get off the PGA Tour, and he was ripping the officials. Go back and watch it after the show. You'll see it. But he is not here this week. I just had to chime in on that because it was pretty big news this weekend, golf world wise. I got to shout out Gogster. I didn't think he mentioned because he only had him a top 40. If he probably had this guy top 10, I think he was 17 to 1. Was James Hahn, and he snuck in. He shot 2 over, but he finished 2 under last week. The guy that's playing pretty good golf, Lahiri, I think he's not in this one. But some guy's playing better golf. He got a top 20 for me about 3 weeks ago. So just a few guys I'm going to zero in. I've got so much more to crunch the numbers. I'm going to crunch the prize picks. Hopefully we can hit something good there. I might make a few of those this week. So I'm pumped up, man. Ready for golf. PJ Championship next week. Got to get hyped. Win some golf money here, brother.
Yes, sir. It's our week, I think. We're zoning in. We're getting closer. We had a couple off weeks. Now we're all tuning back in.
Yeah, man. Homo was just left him off, man. I was just yesterday when he plays well and wins. Keegan Bradley falters like normal. It's just like normal. Max Homo, when he's there, gets the job done. And Keegan Bradley eats shit and can't putt. And I mean, he had what, a 2 or 3 shot lead going in, 2 shot lead. I
looked at it. It was -9. I come back like 20 minutes later after watching some of the soccer game. He's at -5. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, man. He's damn. That's got to hurt for him. He's got to feel bitter too because, man, he just can't win. He just cannot. That putter just kills him. And strange guy too, but. Good goal. Hey, he's won the PGA. That was about 10 years ago, but now. But, yeah. But that's it, brother. Anything you else want to touch on? Anybody? Long shot or anyone you're looking at?
If I come up with anybody else, I'll holler at you at the Prize Pick show on Wednesday.
Perfect. And I'll know more about mine. I'll put all my stuff out on Twitter like normal. And yeah, I can't wait to attack it. I can't. I need a winner after not having Homa. Just was, kicking the balls, man. I was like, God damn it. That's when I was pissed. I don't get pissed that often, Joe. I was like, fuck. I blew it. Maybe I was too into the horses, and we saw how that fucking.
Yeah, we were all into the horses last week.
Man, yeah. But shout out to everyone. Thanks for joining us. At least the golf, we love it. At least Big Show. We hope other people do. I think you can win money betting golf. You got to get on the grind. So, shout out to Gogster. Shout out to Big Show. We're out of here, baby. Peace. We be pumping.
Peace.